In this week's episode of Mod Mondays, we're going to be doing a detailed step-by-step installation of the COLIGHT's 4-inch ROB2 PRO dish lights on this 2022 Toyota Tacoma TRD Sport. Let's go. All the products in this installation are from COLIGHT, who specializes in automotive lighting solutions such as laser lights, headlights, light bars, work lights and accessories for your vehicles. They have a great team and a very collaborative partner community that responds to your concerns very quickly. I'll be trying these ROB2 PRO lights as my ditch lights on my Tacoma and may consider moving these to my roof rack at a later date to light up our camping site. If interested in this product, use my promo code theManDIYrin 15 for a 15% off coupon. I'll link these in the description box below. Here is the packaging that the COLIGHT Rob2 PRO came with. These came in 2 boxes that are very well packaged with graphics showing and highlighting the specifications of the products and features to look out for. The first box has all the wiring harness that we'll need to power up these lights. If you ordered replacement lenses, this box will also include these. I ordered the yellow flood beam lights version and the white flood beam lights version for the lenses. For the second box, this has the 4-inch ROB2 PRO series lights, which is also very well packaged and comes with the mounting bolts that we'll need to install these to the brackets. As for the 4-inch ROB2 PRO lights itself, the first thing I noticed is how heavy duty they feel. It has this minimalist logo in the bottom with a premium housing, brackets, and a heavy duty power bar connection. Lastly, to mount this to your Tacoma, I bought these ditch light mounting brackets from Amazon. It comes with this instruction manual and the 2 heavy duty ditch light brackets. Before starting this install, let's go over some important details for this project. For the wiring harness, it comes with a rocker switch that we'll use to turn on the lights. I'll be using these temporarily, but I'll be replacing them with my aux beam switch panel, so watch out for that video soon. It also comes with these waterproof connections that we'll use to attach the lights. In the middle of the harness, it has this pin connector that we can disconnect so we can fish the wire through the Tacoma's firewall. We're going to have to temporarily remove the 3 wires and reinstall it after it gets to the Tacoma's interior. Next is this power relay that will attach to the truck's frame. It also has this blade fuse holder and a 15-amp fuse for ease of replacements if required. At the end, it has this negative and positive wire that will connect to the ground bolt and the battery. Again, this will be temporary as this will be connected to the aux beam switch panel in the future. For the ditch light brackets, please note the direction of placement. Ensure that this end is facing the outside of the truck, as this is where we'll be mounting the lights to. Also, ensure that the slope part is facing up to clear the Tacoma's front panels by the hood. Then, these light bolts will be attached to the top holes and the hood will be attached to the bottom slots. Use the provided Allen key and bolts to complete the mounting step. Please note that you'll need to remove the COLIGHT brackets in order to install this to the ditch light brackets. Then simply use the provided bolts, washers, and the locking nut combo. Lastly, if you need to replace the lens, use the Allen key provided to remove the 6 bolts, then remove the front face and replace with the new lens. Let's start this project by installing the wiring harness to the Tacoma. You're gonna need the wiring harness, a wrench, 10mm and a 12mm socket, and a pick tool for this step. First, disconnect the pin connector and temporarily remove the plastic tab connector. Grab a pick tool and push the metal tab down and pull the wire out carefully. Take note of the wire order and repeat this for the other 2 wires. When that's complete, tape these together and head to your Tacoma and pop your truck hood up. We're gonna need to push or fish this wire through on this rubber grommet that we previously used to run the wires to the interior of the Tacoma. Check out my video above for a detailed step-by-step of this. Push this wire in and pull it from the footwell of the truck. Then pull the slack in to make for an easier cable management later. After that, we'll need to install the power relay to this bolt and install the ground wire to this ground bolt. You're gonna need to use a 10mm socket and a wrench to loosen the grounding bolt up. Then simply add the ground wire to this and tighten the bolt back up. This collection of ground wires will all be cleaned up also through the aux beam switch panel later. When that's complete, grab a 12mm socket and use this to loosen the bolt beside the grounding bolt we just previously installed. Then secure the power relay here and tighten the bolt back up. For the positive red wire, we'll be installing this to the battery later in the video after we reinstall the pin connectors and lights. Position the two waterproof connections on each side and proceed to the next step. After installing the wire harness, let's now install the ditch light brackets. You're gonna need the 12mm socket and wrench again to remove the existing hood bolts. Again, note the position of the brackets of what goes to the right and left, ensuring the slope part is facing up. Then head to your truck and change the wrench to a 12mm socket and remove the two existing bolts. I suggest removing one at a time so that the hood alignment doesn't get changed too much. Start at the front bolt and remove and install the bracket. Then hand tighten the bolt back up and repeat on the rear bolt. Tighten these using the 12mm socket and repeat this to the other side using the same bracket provided from Amazon. When that's complete, double check that the hood alignment is still good with no rubbing onto the other panels and is equally spaced on both sides. The next step is to install the COLIGHT ROB2 PRO lights. You're gonna need to temporarily remove the light brackets and install these first. Use the provided Allen key and remove the two bolts on the side of the ROB2 PRO lights to dismount the brackets. We'll then align this hole to the ditch light bracket mounting hole. Put your hood down for an easier access and line up the holes on both brackets. Make sure that this flat side of the bracket is facing front with the taper side on the back. Then simply insert the bolt to the slot and add the washer and locking nut combo to the bottom. Don't tighten this yet as we'll need to adjust the position of the ROB2 PRO lights. When that's complete, grab the ROB2 PRO lights and install this to the bracket we just removed. Align the mounting hole of the ROB2 PRO to the one mounting hole of the bracket. I'm using the lower one in my situation, but if you want a higher angle, use the top one. Hand tighten the bolts you removed previously and repeat this step on the other side. After this, use the provided Allen key to tighten the bolts for the lights. Position the angle according to your needs. Then grab a number 13 wrench and fully tighten the light bracket to the hood brackets, securing these into place. After installing the COLIGHT ROB2 PRO lights to the hood brackets, let's now reconnect the pin connector and the red positive wire to the battery LED. First, connect the two waterproof wires to the ROB2 PRO harness. Simply push these connectors until you hear the tabs click securely. Do these for both lights and then reinstall the plastic tab we removed previously. Remove the electrical tape and grab the plastic tab. Reinsert the 3 wires in, ensuring the order is the same as before. With the tab facing up, the order will be yellow wire to the left, red in the middle, and then black to the right. Then simply reconnect this and proceed with connecting the positive red wire to the battery LED. Similar to the other wires, this will be a temporary install as this will all be cleaned up using the aux beam switch panel. You'll need a 12mm socket to unbolt this. It is very important to ensure that your truck is turned off for this step. Simply loosen this up, add the red wire, and tie in the locking nut. When that's complete, test out if the rocker switch is working and if the lights are turning on. Turn the truck on, and then use the rocker switch to turn the ROB2 PRO lights on. The switch should light up red when pressed on. As you can see, the ROB2 PRO lights are working properly. Turn this back off and proceed with completing your cable management under your hood. If you're enjoying this video so far, please smash that like and subscribe button to support the channel. The last step of this installation is to see the COLIGHT Rob2 PRO in action. Here's a shot of it inside the city where there's existing street lighting. As you can see, it's bright and it's lighting up my entire neighborhood. Here are the lights in action in the highway where there's less street lights. This one is with my headlights off, and here it is with my headlights on. Here's a shot of it at the trail with no lighting around. This shines the surrounding and will be great on camping or off-roading trips. Here's a shot of the original lens that the ROB2 PRO lights came in. This one is the spot beam version of their lenses. The next shot is the white flood beam replacement lenses. And finally, here's the other replacement lens. This one is the yellow flood beam lights. And that's it for this week's episode of Mod Mondays. Let me know what you think of this COLIGHT Rob2 PRO detailed installation. If you found value in this video, please hit that like button, consider subscribing, and press that bell notification so you don't miss any of our future videos. See you in the next one.